Hey friends, today I'm coming on to create some layered rosettes using part of my April Use It or Lose It stash. So I have some of the embellishments and stickers and die cuts and things. And then I have a bunch of things from my stash that I pulled over as well. So I've already created two of these together. And these were some rosettes that I had made last year. And I am just decorating them. So we have this one with the little bunny. I'm using some more of those little word tiles from Michaels. And this one has some ephemera and a little bunny here and one of those ladybugs. So let's go ahead and make a couple together. So I think I'm going to start with this one, and for this one I'm going to layer this piece of ephemera in the back, and I'm just going to be using my hot glue gun for this. And then I'm going to add this ruffle, and I want to trim this down just slightly and do a fishtail banner on the ends. And then I want to pop this up. So I'm grabbing, I think I'm going to do flowers behind it. So I'm going to turn it over and get an idea where I want my flowers positioned here. And lay those down, and then we're going to add our ruffle on top. All right, there we go. Cute. All right, and then I have this flower from the Dollar Tree. This was part of like a Valentine's roses set that had, I think it had like a pink and a red and then a wood grain. And so I have this pink one. I want to lay this down. This was in with my Easter stuff. So you know what? We're going to use it because it's just a flower. So we add a little glue, and let me grab my foam folder, kind of lay that down. And then I have this little lamb sticker, but he is a sticker, so I need to unstickify him. And so I'm going to grab my cornstarch here. Just put a little bit on him. And then I use a paintbrush because the end of this broke. And then I'm going to hold this over the trash can. And then I just work the cornstarch into the sticky part. And then it helps the sticker not be sticky anymore. And then I think I need to add a little bit. It's still a little sticky on this side. If I do it on my desk, it makes a huge mess. So I like to do it over the trash can. Okay. And then he's not a sticker anymore. All right, so I definitely want to pop him up a little bit. So let's see, I've been using these flowers as my foam tape, but I'm getting pretty low with the flowers, which is good. But I think I can use this like tulip shaped as my foam tape. And yeah, I think that will work. So let's add some hot glue here. And let's add our little lamb. I want him to be over the flower a little bit. That just means I need to add something underneath in a small spot. So let me cut a piece. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And there we go. So we have our little lamb higher than our flower. I also have one of my little picks here. I'm wondering, do I want to add the little pick? Probably should have done that first. If I can squeeze that in between here. Okay, I could add it right there, but I need to add a little bit of glue to make sure it stays. So we're going to add it in between those two flowers there. And it's just kind of be sticking up in the background. Okay, there we go. And then let's do Dream, and we'll do Dream right here on the rose. Hold that down for a second. And then let's do maybe a ladybug, or should we do a bee? Let's see. I'm thinking I actually want to do one of these Hobby Lobby bees. So let's grab one of the little bees and we'll add the bee there. Let's clean up that glue string. And there we go. How cute. I love this little lamb sticker. And let's do one more together. So this one, I'm going to add a couple of circles that I have punched out. And then I have this cluster of tickets and things. We're going to add that on there as well. But I want to add some of this fun eyelash trim to the back of this large circle. And this is just a little tiny bit that I have that I picked up at store here called Scrappy Elephant. And so I only have a little bit of this, but I think they're the perfect colors for Easter. And I'm going to grab my Ad-Tech glue and add a little bit of glue on the top and bottom. And then we are going to just add this around. I want to make sure that I have some sticking out in different areas. And then we're going to lay this down first. And then we're going to layer it with this circle. There we go. And then I have one of my little table scatters. All right, now I think I'm just going to lay this directly on top. Now this is a big circle, so it's almost going to cover up what's in the background, but that's okay because this is just giving me some dimension. So let's add this a little off to the side. You can see a little bit of the other one peeking out. And then let's do our bunny. So let's pop our bunny up. I think I need to slightly trim this larger flower down. All right, so let's add our bunny. Here, and then I have this wooden carrot from this, I think came from the Dollar Tree. And let's go ahead and paint this. So I think this is the, no, I got a better orange. Here is orange, and this is the best green I think I have. I was just going to put it on there wooden, but I think it would be fun to add a little bit of color to the carrot. And I love these acrylic markers for coloring in the wood veneer pieces, and I'll have them linked in the description box below for you guys. This is not the greatest orange, but it is serving its purpose. And then let's do, this is going to be a fun, I think lime green. So it's going to have fun colors. So let's add. Something about these carrots remind me of piping bags. Does they remind anybody else of a piping bag? You know, like you're piping a cake with. That is what these kind of remind me of. So like you could use these carrots as a piping bag instead of a carrot. All right, so then let's add our little carrot down. And then, let's see, this is love and peace. I think I'm going to do love, and I'm going to do it right on the carrot. There we go. And then maybe we'll add that ladybug on here. Or I have one of these butterflies left from last month that I found. We want to add the butterfly. Oh, let's add the butterfly. I'm going to add it right here on kind of the top of our carrot. And there we go. We are all done. I think these turned out so cute. I think this one might be my favorite, and this would be my second favorite. And then we have these two that I did off camera. So thanks so much, guys, for stopping by and creating with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you did, don't forget to give my video a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.